back to artists on artists on artists on artists. Hit send, reply all. It's Gmail, the movie.
In a world where movies are being made about things that already exist, Gmail the movie is certainly another one of those. We sat down with a creative team, both corporate and independent, to see how this great vision is being drafted to life.
Movie adaptations about apps, toys, and other stories are all over the world. Let's see what this one has to share.
So draft up a new email, hit send, and listen in. Okay. Obsessed
Literally
with this room.
obsessed with this room.
Obsessed with this room.
Yeah.
First press.
This press meeting got me like...
That is so funny.
Exactly.
First press.
Exactly.
This is it.
You are just such a silly guy.
I don't know, where do you come up with this
I'm a
stuff?
freaking jokester. I've been
This
a jokester
stuff-
by trade. I've been a jokester my whole life.
He's a jokester and I'm a gopher.
Yeah, with the jokester and the gopher.
It's just like that song. I'm a joker. I'm a broker. I'm a cold
midnight
stone.
Creamer.
Yes,
Joker.
exactly.
Yeah.
So fun.
Steve Miller
It's
Band.
So funny.
We
Yes.
used to listen to Steve Miller Band when I was a kid. My parents are huge fans of Steve Miller. And I got you onto it too, my darling honey over there, my wife.
Oh, yeah, he did. He got me onto it in a big way when we at our wedding.
Yeah, I introduced the new song to her at our wedding.
That's hard to do. That's
Very-
hard to do.
really
A difficult
It's
place
hard
to
to find the
introduce a new
time
song.
to bring out a
It was
new
like,
song to
it
your
was
wife.
during our first dance. He goes, I wanted to show you this song. And I was like, let's look into each other's eyes. And he's such a goof, and I'm such a goof. Our wedding was themed pranks.
That is so fun and funny to
A
me.
lot
And
of
you know
pranks.
what's so tragic is that I didn't know you guys when you got married, so I couldn't be there.
Oh my God.
The amount of times we have thought that we should have been at your wedding because it sounds like a hoot and it sounds like a holler.
I wish you
really-
both could have been at the wedding to see your faces as you tried to cut into a piece of cake that was a balloon and have it pop in your face.
My maid of honor is a freaking hoot.
She's so funny.
I would have shit out my eyeballs.
I
if
would
that
have
happened.
literally shit
Oh
my
my
eyeballs
God.
out
Yeah.
and then shit out of my eyeballs.
No, it was so
First
cool.
eyes, then poop.
Guys, are we here to talk about our wedding or are we here to talk
come
about
on.
the Gmail movie?
The Gmail
The best thing I
movie.
ever been involved with for
Ever.
sure.
Ever.
Easily.
Yeah.
Speaking of the wedding, too, the wedding was full of Nickelodeon writers, which is where we come from.
Yes.
If anybody wants to talk
Oh
about
my God,
it.
I'm
Hi,
obsessed.
guys. Okay, we're starting. Okay, guys. My name is Violet Tori Gosser, and I am this beautiful man's wife
Oh, stop.
and
Stop.
writing partner.
Yep. And I'm Ken Tori Gosser. I am this beautiful woman's husband, writing partner. We have been working together forever, and we're writers on the Gmail movie.
Literally obsessed with that energy.
I'm so obsessed. I'm so obsessed with that. I'm so excited that you guys are here. I'm obsessed with the way that we're all sitting here. And I'm obsessed to tell you my name. Jennifer Ugal. I have been working at Google for a long time. Usually I've been a project manager and then various other roles throughout the company. And then a couple years ago, they started a film development division. They basically were like, who wants? Like, who wants? And I volunteered on the Slack and I was like, I want. And I think the same thing
we were
can
the
be
only
said.
two.
We were the
The
only
only
two
two.
who were like, yeah, I want.
Please.
And
please.
so I would love to throw it over to my work husband. We are not married.
Not at all. No, we just
Not at all.
we are not married at all.
Not at all.
You know what's funny is this is the first time I'm hearing this, and I didn't know you weren't married.
You didn't know.
No,
this
you
is
didn't
actually
know.
news to us.
That's
We've
so
been going
funny.
on like we call them double dates.
Yeah, we do.
Because we go,
We do,
We
but-
went out to the front yard, that restaurant in the hotel off
Yes,
Tahunga,
yes.
Yes.
over in
Yeah.
Studio City
I know
area.
the front yard. Huh?
Yeah. We
Well,
went
you
there.
call them double dates because I just thought, well, you guys are on a date and us two makes double.
Yes,
That's
that's
so
exactly
bizarre.
what I
Then
was
why don't you
thinking
guys
too. I
go
did not
bowling
think we
with
were
us?
dating.
Yeah, I
We
didn't
went
think that at all.
I didn't think we were dating at all. That's so
No.
weird. Anyway, I'm Arthur Binky. I work at Google as well. And I really got started at Google more on the finance side and more of the tech side, but we've kind of fallen into this wonderful art side, and I'm so excited and obsessed I'm literally fathoming at the mouth to get this project off the ground.
He is fathoming. Don't even talk to me while he's fathoming.
Literally.
I mean, come on.
That is what we always tell. I'm always like,
I don't even know
She
what
says,
that
back
means.
off, everybody. I am fathoming. I am fathoming at the mouth to get this
what
done.
that is. And I was an English major in college. What is that?
I don't
That's
even
so
know.
funny.
It
That's
means
so
that I am
funny.
so critically insane about this project. I've literally developed a sort of drool and spit around my mouth because I'm so excited and obsessed.
Is
with
that the studio or you guys?
I think it's like
Or both.
I think it's a lot of us. I would say that a lot of it is coming from us. I feel the same way you do. Like my orifices, all of them, like are begging to just like expunge this movie. Right?
Absolutely, just
Yeah.
begging to be unloaded with this movie.
You know what? And it's so funny because we're creatives, right? And we do a lot of work where we go into hospitals and prisons, and we help people that need to express art. We help
and
them
I
express
love
art.
that
And I
creatives
love
do
that.
that.
And it's fun because working with you two, it feels exactly the same way. It's like I'm like with a convict, or I'm
It
with someone
honestly
who's
feels the
going to
same
die
way.
this year. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And I feel that way about working with any executives we work with.
Totally. They're so excited to
Yeah.
dive in, touch so many things. They're literally bulls in china shops because they are knocking things over left and right.
I have never heard that before.
A bull in a china shop.
If that's
Have you heard that
you've
before?
got to make that. You got to
Yeah,
write
you've
that.
gotta make
into
that.
thing.
we gotta make it what?
You got to make
You've
it.
gotta
Make
make
it
that.
what?
a video or
You
something.
gotta
story?
put that in your show. You
gotta
gotta put that in your show.
You're
story?
writing a show. You got to put that in something. A bull in a china shop is just like
It's so good.
funny and fun.
See, they're doing.
And
They're doing
it's
it.
like, where do they even come up with this?
Literally.
stuff? Literally, where do you like? What is the little bug in your brain
Yeah.
that makes you think of this crazy stuff?
It's
well,
crazy.
that's such a good point to start and explain where we're at in the process.
Oh, honey,
'Cause we're
that's a
talking-
great
Of
idea.
course,
Yeah, so
of course.
Basically, Google is trying to do what Apple TV did with TV. Google is trying to do Google Movies. But the catch is all of them have to be related to Google products. So
Of
one of the
course.
first ones coming out, we're so excited, is Gmail the movie.
Yes, and it started. I would say that we were actually the seed of the idea, if you can believe it or not.
It's
We came up
crazy
with the
that this
idea for
happened.
Believe it or
Gmail
not,
movie.
The studio, the Google Content Creator Studio thought of this, not any writers.
Literally.
No,
I-
it was. If you can believe it, this
You can
actually
believe
came
it.
from us and not writers.
Yeah.
How it came to us was we were watching the Emoji Movie.
Yes.
With our kids.
So
we have
funny.
separately.
Separate kids.
Separate kids. We were
Not your own kids
no.
that
No.
you have together.
But they
No.
are very happy together.
They're also very happy.
Okay,
About
so
the
they
same
hang out. Your
age,
kids
best
hang
friends.
out.
About the same age. Yeah.
Okay, good.
And so
Well,
we
if they're the
were
same age,
watching.
then they're definitely not there.
No, they're not. It wouldn't be the same. The timeline doesn't work. So we were watching the Emoji Movie, and we thought, wait a minute. This is a movie about technology for kids. What if we did the same thing for adults?
When you said that, I literally wanted to kiss you on the mouth because it was so smart
Things like
and
that.
so
Things like that for me.
And I literally,
For me,
like,
things like that.
in that moment, I would have screamed.
literally.
You wouldn't have been able to kiss me
kissed
because
you?
I would have been screaming.
Screaming out of joy. Anyway, but what was crazy was you guys had that idea and they found us. We were working with Dave and Buster's on a web series that we were releasing
and
with
and,
Nickelodeon.
and we were looking for the right team to work on this. And once
Yeah.
we saw your Dave and Buster's web series,
Yeah, we had a web series
we-
called Basketball Game based on the basketball game at Dave &
we
Buster's.
fell in love. It
Yeah.
was so smart and so different.
And people don't know that when you're at Dave and Buster's, there's like a lot of sounds at Dave and Buster's because it's an arcade.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
they're playing it somewhere, so you can hear it. You can
Mm-hmm.
hear some of the voices, and we had some great famous actors.
Great famous actors. Yeah.
Be the voices.
Yeah.
we had what's his name? Barry Keoghan.
Yeah, we did. We
He
had
played
Barry
at
Keoghan.
basketball, yeah.
Yeah, he played. Oh, and the way he did that, like swish, that sound.
Yeah.
I'm like, I got chills
Who's
down
the
my whole
kid
body.
that played Beans and Even Stevens?
Beans. Yeah.
Him. He did it.
he changed his name to Beans.
He
changed
did,
it.
and I'm
Changed
proud
it
of
to
him.
Beans.
We
Christy
met him.
Carlson Romano too.
She was there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a bit of a reunion. We did an Instagram post, but you know the Instagram
Too
for
bad
What a
we're on
combination of
obsessed with
accounts
that.
too.
I'm obsessed with
our
that.
Instagram post for the web series. Our Instagram for the web series is on private, and we don't know how to get it off.
I don't know how to get it off it.
Well, that was a
My
huge
God.
problem.
But you
Yeah.
guys came up to us. We were developing that at the time,
And we are just
Yeah.
a development
Let's-
team, right? We met together. We met on Drake and Josh.
Yes, we did.
And we were working together, and
And we didn't start dating
No.
until we wrapped the room.
Exactly.
I think we should be clear about that.
Okay.
Yeah, well, I will
okay.
say, so we ended Drake and Josh, and we started on iCarly, and between the end of Drake and Josh and the beginning of iCarly, we were an item.
Wow.
It was awesome. And that was when
Okay,
at the
that
time,
must have been a shakeup when
Yeah,
you
that
got
was
back.
crazy.
Actually shaking my earth. That must have been crazy for them.
Yes,
Shaking
and then we
your
got
earth.
engaged, and at the time I was taking spec work. I was doing some like off the cuff spec work for Toyota.
Yeah.
And that's when we started dealing with products. And we were like,
Exactly.
you know, at this point, these studios, especially the children's channels, they bring in a lot of new blood.
Mm-hmm.
And my honey bun and I have been in the business for a long time. So we were like, where can we grow? Where can
Exactly.
we go?
And
that's
what we
in products.
realized that, creative growth, it was probably past our time.
Of course.
We didn't have any roots anywhere that we could explore ourselves artistically in any new ways, and we had nothing new to say. So we could either start some sort of business where I could go back to, become an orthodontist, or I could become some sort of teacher or something like that.
Yeah.
Or we could just stay in the industry and take jobs that we didn't have to use our brains for.
Yes, and I think what was it? I think I saw an Instagram logo once that said high concept, high concept, high concept. And I went, you know what? That's my new artistic voice. High concept.
And you know what's so funny is it was somebody posted one word, but her phone has been broken for years. And
So
it just said it 3 times.
Why would someone make an Instagram graphic that said high concept, high
That was
concept?
literally my thought is why would that
Yeah.
happen?
It was so funny.
No,
Yeah.
for
That's
sure.
amazing.
You do also follow that Hollywood Buzzwords Instagram account that just posts words.
And it's helpful because I learn words.
Yes. What's that
And
new one you learned?
Oh, general. But that's my phone. General.
There
So you
go.
just learned the word general.
no.
I am literally crawling under my skin for you.
We're
you
simple
are
folks.
so
I
funny.
We are
am
simple
ripping
folk.
my teeth out. I cannot believe you
Yeah.
guys
Where do you
exist.
two learn your phrases? They're so interesting.
you
Well,
learn
we follow a
general?
corporate Buzzroom account.
It's
and
really
so,
fun. They
Good
have
for you.
they are
Cool,
so
fun.
funny.
What kind of words?
They're posting like words like technology.
yeah.
So
Email.
I get roasted for
Email.
general and technology.
Not roasted, honey. Just lovingly adored.
Yes.
Oh,
Merger.
I'm the wife.
So basically, one thing that we really should go over is kind of what's happening in this movie. We said it was going to be the Emoji Movie for adults, and we mean that. I mean, this is going to be a little bit raunchy, a little bit, maybe don't bring your kids to the Gmail the movie because
Exactly.
it's going to be a little,
Because I just want to talk. And okay, so basically, the way that emojis, the characters in the Emoji Movie are actually based on the emojis in your phone, right?
Exactly.
So in Gmail, each of the different mailboxes is a character, right?
Inbox is a clown.
And when we thought of
Absolutely.
this, we shitted out our brains
Literally.
because it was insane.
And to be clear, they did think of this. We did have a lot of pitches, and we've loved working for you guys, and we're used to everything we write getting shut down.
Yeah.
And it was.
Yes.
And I want to be clear. We were onboarded, right?
Yes, let's be clear.
So we
yeah,
wrote
really
a
clear.
little bit of an outline and some character description.
I'd say you wrote the outline.
And we
Not a
did.
little bit.
There was a night where we wrote the script.
Yes.
But I will say I don't recognize any of the words on the page after we woke up.
Not
it
at
sort
all.
of happened in like a blackout crazy rage.
But I loved it because we woke up and we got to take what we liked from it and turn it into really
Exactly.
A great
That was cool. You took what you liked and kind of sort of made them commands, right? And we
Totally.
came in and there was the command list and like a Bible, like a show Bible for the
yes.
movie.
It was a lot of do this with this, do this
yes.
with that.
Yeah.
Yes.
But I think we nailed some of the characters. I mean, inbox, outgoing, spam.
I wanted
spam.
yeah, and you mentioned don't bring your kids to this. Spam is disgusting.
Disgusting.
He's disgusting. He's
absolutely
vulgar.
filthy.
He's
disgusting,
crass.
and I think we could say it. Rebel Wilson.
Rebel
Wilson is
Wilson.
playing spam.
Spam.
Pops.
So the character is Rebel Wilson meets Stewie from Family Guy, and it is so disgusting. It makes me laugh so hard. I cannot believe we get
it's
this.
Ted, but with more. It's so good.
I always thought Ted didn't go far enough.
I think so. I think I watched Ted and I go, they didn't push the envelope far enough.
It's crazy, to be honest, as you guys are talking about Spam, the character that we've worked on for so long. I do, to be fully honest, my breathing is getting a little thinner.
Totally,
because
I'm
you
feeling
guys
that too.
have such a specific image
Yes.
of Spam, and I think every single line of dialogue that Spam says has been debated. Would Spam say that?
Exactly.
then
And
we go
so
back
far,
forth.
you guys haven't hit it, and we
Well,
are just waiting.
find
for
it.
space.
We'll
Totally.
find it.
We'll find it because this is coming out in 3 months.
Yes.
So we will find it.
It is coming out, and it's live action.
It's
so-
live action. Rebel Wilson is just dressed up like Spain.
Yeah, totally.
She dresses up. She goes to her trailer every day, and she says, "Are we shooting yet?" And
Yes.
we don't have that yet.
We
But
go,
one
Rebel,
of these days,
you are so sweet and kind. It's coming, babe.
We
It's
won't let her
coming, just be
improvise
patient.
either because you guys have a very specific image of spam.
And people
Absolutely.
are wondering also, like, what is a character in this movie? Are you an ethereal mailbox? Are you an actual mail? You know, what are these things?
And to that I say, the Barbie movie.
exactly.
Yeah, you do say that a
But
lot.
that doesn't
Exactly.
help us,
Point
guys.
and
Yes.
break.
Doesn't help us.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
another
yeah.
And
movie.
that's so funny that you think that because
another
it is the
movie.
Barbie movie, and that's kind of what we're capturing. You know,
Totally,
it's
totally.
kind of how the Barbie movie was about feminism underneath it all. You know, they hit that message pretty hard. Like I
Yeah.
didn't get it the first time, but somebody explained to me that it is about feminism at the end.
Totally.
And I feel like we can do the exact same thing with the Gmail movie.
Well, it's similar to that Swedish Fish movie that came out a couple years
Oh
ago.
yeah, that poster you just looked
Oh,
at.
like that one right there.
The one that you're trying to remember the name to. It definitely
Well,
is.
fuck
Well,
me,
we
I guess.
definitely, there was some influence there. Of course, there was some
That's-
influence.
Do I know my wife or what? I saw her look at that poster and I said she's about to bring that up. Do I know my wife or
Oh my
what?
God.
Do you know your wife or what? Oh, my god, I'm
God.
Which
obsessed
is
with you
the
guys.
Name of a game show that we tried to pitch back in the
Oh,
day.
yeah.
So good.
Yeah,
You should pitch it to
PBS.
Google.
We had Heidi Klum signed on for a PBS game show called Do I Know My Wife or What? And it really should have gone.
But then her and Seal broke up.
Exactly. And
That's
she
tough.
said, Seal and I have broken up. I'm canceling all my projects.
Yeah.
No.
Who knows her wife? You know, she's not a
That
wife
is
anymore.
awful.
Yeah, exactly.
I hate that happened. I hate that
But
happened.
we
yeah.
to
write
you.
a lot. We write a lot, and we
write
have
a lot.
thick skin at this point.
And
That's
you
why
guys
we're
are
used
so
to working with
I mean,
suits. We're
li-
used to
you
it.
guys
Yeah.
are so fun and easy to work with.
Thanks.
I mean, it's been amazing
Thanks.
process working with
Thanks.
you guys. You guys have
Yeah.
taken all of our thoughts and really brought them to life. It's so fun.
They've
to
been
see something.
so chill.
Yes.
And it's incredible when we're like, we want this to be something. And then you guys, like, you don't even bat an eye. Like, you sort of like, you do this funny thing
What do
where
I do?
every time, okay, so I don't know if you've
does he
experienced
do?
this. Okay, I don't know if you've experienced this, but when we say like, we think this character should actually be a person instead of a mailbox, you always put your head in your hands.
It's literally so
and that's how
fun.
I know you're thinking.
Yes.
I know my husband.
Yeah,
that
that's what
means
I do.
something
You
else.
guys
It's
kinda
so
do, like,
funny.
This, and I go, he's going to the brain.
And I go,
Yeah.
oh, he's about to come up with something
Sure.
magical.
Yes.
Yeah.
I love that you love that. I could kiss you, because
and
you-
it's-
Let him
Yeah,
talk
I
about
could,
it.
and I won't.
Let him talk about it.
You know what I'm doing actually, and I guess I'll let it all come out here. When I
here
do
we
put
go.
my head there, I'm actually envisioning the deck I can build with the money we're making. That's what I'm doing.
Yeah, we have a deck.
I'm visual.
Well, we're gonna get a deck.
We live in Flint Ridge,
Flint
not
Ridge. I love Flint
Lacaniata.
Ridge. No,
Just Flint Ridge.
Just Flint Ridge.
Yes,
I didn't even know they
it's
had
a part
that.
of the Topanga Canyon. Anyway, but I'll say, you guys, like what you just said there, how we like take your stuff and we go with it, and
Yeah.
we do it so well. I think we started doing that once you two respected the hours in which you were allowed to call us and which you're not. Once you
That
started
was
doing
huge.
that,
huge.
we had a better
Huge.
communication.
That was
because-
amazing.
There were some hiccups, because you guys did tell us that it's not all right for us to both call you to try to Zoom you at 3 a.m.
And why are you guys together at 3 a.m.? You know what I mean?
Exactly, yeah.
what is it?
Exactly.
What is it?
Why are you wearing a full length nightgown and why are you in a pajama set?
And I love
And I
that
love
you've-
that question.
It's such a good
And it's such a
question.
funny question because I could so see why people would think that we're work husband and work wife, but without the work part.
Yes,
Right.
I
But
could
it's
totally
so
see that.
work.
But it's so work.
It's
No, I
so
totally
work.
see.
because we have pajama parties for for work because we have another job,
Yes.
right? Like we're also doing Google.
Yes.
And
Sure,
so this
sure.
is like our hobby.
Yeah, we were sleeping in our house in Flint Ridge, Topanga Canyon, and we get these calls in the middle of the night, and we live in like kind of a quieter area of
Totally,
that at
yeah.
Flint Ridge. And at
Which
some
so
point,
you can imagine how quiet it is.
yeah, but I will say it was just
I mean, Topanga Canyon alone is quiet. Imagine a part of Topanga
Can you
Canyon called
imagine?
Flint
And
Ridge.
Flint Ridge itself, so silent.
Some people say it's like one of those if you put yourself in a soundless vacuum and you go crazy.
right.
Sometimes
That's
I
it
feel like
of Topanga.
Yeah.
yeah. But I will say you guys respect boundaries once they're there.
Yes.
but we
Totally.
there.
and this was our first.
And you just need
project
to tell
finding
us,
them.
right?
Literally, we are so open and honest.
And we're so obsessed with if you give us a time, then we'll
We'll answer and we'll be
we'll
there.
adhere.
Were you done? Sorry.
What did
guys.
you
Were
say?
you done speaking, babe?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm sorry, did you say something? I would
So
hate
sorry.
to talk over you.
I am so sorry.
I would hate to talk over you. That
this
would be
happens
insane.
a lot. If you want to speak, you're allowed to speak.
Sometimes I'm shocked how you two hear each other.
That is interesting for me.
That is
too.
so interesting because sometimes it's almost like we're both talking on a radio frequency and like we could dial in if we want.
It's so easy to just pick up because sometimes you'll just do something with your head and I'll go, she's hungry, I'll bring her some food.
We're not even like that.
We've lived together
It's just a
forever.
work husband, work wife thing.
It's sort
crazy.
of like you will move your hand in such a way that I know that you need a nap.
Literally, it's
A nap.
crazy.
Okay, wow.
She sometimes at work she'll turn to me and go, "Oh, feeling a little sweepy, big boy," and I'll know, like, oh yeah, she
Yeah.
picked up on it before even I could.
Immediately.
Yeah.
Immediately.
need naps, 'cause
And
we-
sometimes this is working from home.
Because we've been working.
Yeah,
we've been
so we're working from home. Yeah, so we
okay.
both work from home, the
We
same
work
home.
Where is home?
So we are in Flint Ridge, La Cañada.
We're at Flint Ridge, La Cañada.
Okay.
It's so quiet.
It's so quiet.
It's so quiet.
great.
It's so quiet, but sometimes it's so quiet that if a bird is chirping too loud, somebody calls the cops. And
Literally.
so we do get police sirens sometimes.
Oh, the police and the gardeners, very, very loud in the morning.
Yes.
You know,
Oh my
it's tough.
God.
Well,
but I love that smell.
I think-
Go ahead.
It's such a good smell.
Stop it. Stop. Let her speak. She's speaking. My wife's talking. Jesus Christ. Stop it.
Okay, I'm so sorry.
I'm
Let
so
my wife
whoa.
Sometimes this is a part of the
gets
creative
like
process. We get in the little bumps on the road, but it's like what you
So
guys
you
are
kind
saying
of
about
get like that
Stop.
every
When
once
you
in a while.
guys,
You get
I
angry
can
at
speak
that.
up for myself, honey. When you guys have a loud bird, it reminds us of when you guys call us, and you call us on Google Meet. And our phone, we have a house phone still. You call that
On my watch.
You call our cell phones on our Apple watches. You call us, and I will say, you guys, as Google representatives, you have so many tools at your fingertips, and
Of
it
course.
is crazy how many ways you can communicate to us.
I would also say too, and this has been kind of I guess not a hurdle, but something to work on in this project is
Oh my God, all ears.
All ears.
Yeah,
We are all
so
ears for this.
The culture in which you guys are using Gmail is different than the rest of the world, right? You
Uh-huh.
guys are using Gmail in such an intense, wild way, and you want the movie to reflect that experience. But we've let you know it's not relatable in the way you guys use Gmail. You guys send a lot of emails with subjects without body. You send a lot of emails no subject, long body. You use little tricks. You can monitor when I open an email just from your Gmail. You can see my reaction. You send
Weird.
me emails sometimes where my computer flashes and it says, "Oh, it's just taking a shot of you reacting to the email." And sometimes there's a delayed
Yeah.
reaction, so you know there's something like 45 seconds into me reading, and you want to take a picture of when I read that
Once
moment.
we were on a blank email thread between us all, and you guys had attached a thread from 2019, and I scrolled up.
Yeah.
And
suddenly
this
there
is
were-
all news to us. Like and we're
absolute
so
shocked
glad
by
that
this.
you are grounding us because like
This is so
we
helpful.
are so we've been working at Google for what? I'm like 11 years.
I'm 11 years.
Yeah, almost exact because we both started on September 5th, 2013.
13?
Yeah, exactly. And so we've been using these features forever. We
Literally.
had no idea that you couldn't access somebody's webcam by sending them an email.
Yeah,
And
do
that's
you
why we
remember-
had to cut it out of the movie because it's not relatable.
No, it's exactly. And do you remember that one time we opened that email and there was like 7 paragraphs when we were reading it, and then at the bottom there was an open video chat, and you said, "So what do you guys think?" You were in the email.
Boy, was I spooked!
When
I
you
was
We were
spooked
already
out
there.
of my brain.
when you guys told us that wasn't a relatable thing that happens, it blew my.
That was
totally
shocking. It was
socks
shocking. It was
off.
shocking. Because we also had that part because, there were those like chain emails that were going around in like 2008 where it's like, oh, send this to 10 people or else you'll get cursed. Those are actually real, and those are real ones that we can add. And so when we like sent you guys that, like you guys had such a reaction.
And I think it was because you were trying to get it to be implemented between the love story between inbox and outbox.
Yes.
Yes.
And we should talk about that, Archie.
Yes.
Let's talk about the whole thing, because this is, at the end of the day, it is a love story.
It's a beautiful, beautiful love story.
If you can believe it or not, it is a love story.
And you two always wanted to be about these two people who can want to be together but can't be together.
Yes.
And I love
Exactly.
that you guys' passion towards telling that story has kind of catapulted us into making it a simple story.
Yes, it's so funny because I think we just thought of that. I mean, it doesn't relate to us at all. I just thought it would be the best for inbox to.
no,
like,
it
be
was
in love with
crazy the way
outbox.
we just thought of that.
We just thought of it. It just came to
Because
us.
you guys are such tech world.
Yes.
exactly.
We barely have feelings. We barely blink.
No, I don't remember the last time. Every time I go into my therapist, it's the same conversation. I sit down, she goes, no news, and I say no news, and then I leave.
You should watch her do therapy. It's really exciting.
Can
It's
I?
really exciting.
Yeah, I watch
I
every
don't
week.
even let my husband do that.
No, I sit down and
Yeah.
watch her do
No,
it. It's
if
really
you guys
good.
want to join me for therapy sometime, you should come by.
It's
My girl's amazing.
It sounds
It's so
really
great.
Okay, wow.
But
It's awesome.
yes, these characters. I
Yeah,
mean,
let's talk about it. Let's just talk about the plot. Let's talk about the setting. How's that? Let's start with the very basics of the movie.
That's
That would
my
be
husband.
awesome, and
That
that's
would
why
be
I love you
amazing.
because you're so smart at that stuff. Like I would never know that movies have a setting. That's like something.
Why wouldn't you know that? That's very interesting not to know.
Feels like a reading comprehension thing in like maybe third grade or fourth
that's
grade.
so interesting.
It's just so
Everything
smart.
Is take who, what, where, and why.
Yeah.
That's what we always have to remind.
Sounds
these
like a
two.
real cognitive issue, to be honest
Yes.
with you.
Okay, now these are the jokes that I
Go
would
right over my
die
head.
without. That I
Yes.
would die without. My heart would beat out of my chest
Less of a
and
joke and more of a
scream.
roast.
my nose will be throwing shit out of it when you guys say these jokes.
Where do you find these phrases? I don't know where you're.
that?
For me, it's like I say jokes and I miss them, and then maybe a
Sure.
second later, it hits me in the back of the head like a
Sure.
hammer and makes me bleed
Exactly.
shit all out of my
It's
head.
like I
shit
sneeze
all out of your head.
out
So-
a dream and it boomerangs and it hits me in the throat,
Penny said
strangles
the
me,
clap.
and
Yeah.
then I'm ready for work.
So,
So-
the Gmail movie takes place in Webopolis, right? Webopolis
Yes,
is
yes,
it's-
Yes,
It's like a
yes. Continue. Yes.
It's like a big metropolitan city where everything on the internet is like its own building.
And that
Yes,
took a while
we-
because you two
Yes.
were pretty married to the Gmail movie being taken place in Zootopia, and we
So-
said we can't do that.
So we
Because we love
We said-
Zootopia.
We love
You
Zootopia.
love Zootopia, and we just kept saying Webopolis.
Yeah.
And
that
Zootopia
one-
is just such a good place to put a movie. It's so crazy how they thought of that.
It's so interesting. It's like, if it ain't broke, don't fix it,
Exactly.
right?
It's a different
and
IP,
It's
though.
like, Shakespeare borrowed from the Greeks. That's what I heard. And so I think that we can borrow from Zootopia.
So
Yeah.
just straight up, it's a live action movie. And that's a Disney movie, right? So we can't set the Gmail movie in Zootopia.
Yeah,
it's
it's
just
a different
it's a
story.
rights issue.
Yeah,
And
and
it
we've
also-
come around now
it's a tonal
for sure.
issue.
When you said rights, I'm like, I get that.
Yeah, I get rights. We totally understand. Like once you
We
put it
get
in that
that.
context,
Yeah,
it
it's like-
totally
Sure.
makes
Yeah,
sense.
yeah.
But
Absolutely.
it was important for us for you guys to admit that Zootopia was an amazing
Yeah.
concept.
So now we're in the web world.
Once we could find common ground on that was like,
And after 4 months, yes, we admitted it would be amazing if we could. And then you said, okay, we can drop it.
That's really all we
that's
needed.
really all we needed. All we needed was that I had no idea that everything we were fighting for, all we needed was the validation that it was a good idea.
It was such.
And
it
that
was,
honestly is some good advice.
Exactly, because we really see you guys as people with a lot of money who have a lot of power. And we
Yeah.
did not realize that you needed our approval so much.
well, we see you guys as genius creatives. I mean,
Sure.
Yeah,
you
sure.
guys worked on Drake and Josh. I
You
mean, that's
guys are
huge.
two boss babies, two megaminds, two young Sheldons running around the place, just barfing out ideas.
Literally.
And
Sorry, she's coughing up encouragement.
oh my
no.
god, that felt so good. That felt so good to get out.
Anyway, we're taking place in Webopolis.
So Webopolis is this genius place that you guys came up with that we absolutely smooched over. It was an amazing concept that Webopolis, everything lives on the web. I thought it just kind of painted such a great picture.
And
for
we
me.
learned in Webopolis there is no sleep because emails don't sleep, right?
Exactly.
Emails don't sleep, but also there's no urgency, right? Because the great thing about an email as opposed to a text is that it's delayed. It's delayed importance. And this was something we wanted to be stressed about.
Yeah, because no one in the movie uses phones or text
Exactly.
messages.
Yeah.
It's just emails.
And the big thing is this is a movie. It's a love story, but it's also an adventure that involves a MacGuffin, which is a MacGuffin is a movie term for the thing that everyone's chasing, right? And the thing that everyone's chasing is an email with a mistake in it.
Literally.
And everybody
Oh my
wants it, right?
God.
It's this golden email. Nobody knows. They want it to use it for nefarious goods or to protect it from ever being sent out because all the letters go out into the rest of Webopolis, but they're generated right there in the Gmail building. And so it's a big chase where, Outbox really wants it to be sent out. Inbox really... Inbox really wants it to be sent in. Inbox wants to keep it, right? Spam wants to do something weird with it.
Spam wants to shit all over it.
Yes,
And compare
exactly.
it to Queen Elizabeth.
That
It's such
night
Stewie
when we were
Griffin.
pitching lines for spam, when we were just up all night
all
on
night.
Children's Triamenic pitching
It was
lines
wild.
for
It
spam.
was
You guys
absolutely
love
wild.
spam.
And
Because-
Children's Triamenic, you guys love.
Both of those things. You
We
two,
love both of those
you
things.
two are great.
I love Children's Triamenic. You
It's
guys
so
really have to
good.
try it.
You have to
because
try
I've
it.
been sober for, 10 years?
No,
10
you
years.
haven't.
I've been,
You
sober,
No,
I've
you
been sober
haven't.
for 10 years as well.
No, I saw you make a cocktail at a nightclub the other day. You're not even
No, I'm sober. I don't
think
drink
I'm
alcohol.
sober. I don't drink alcohol.
That's not
just-
a girlie's nighttime mocktail. That is literally cough syrup.
I
That's
don't
a
know what you're
poison.
talking about. We're sober.
Anyway,
We're
So anyway,
sober.
we were
So anyways.
we were
Anyway.
doing Children's Triamenic pitching lines for Spam Box, and we came up with some really messed up shit.
Yeah, we were saying okay, we could say these because these were left on
didn't
the
make
cutting
it.
room floor, but these were what we sent in Google Voice Notes to you guys.
Which are so loud, by the way. They're much louder than
let's play him.
Oh my God! I just farted out my butt
These are lines you were pitching
that
for
we
spam.
wanted you guys
And
to
you
say.
didn't tell us that that's what these were, right?
Yeah.
And so we just started getting a
Over
lot.
time, we get used to. Wait, that's not the executives' voices. That's their impression of spam. Play more of them.
Is that a reply all email, or you just got a boner?
See, it sounds like his real voice.
And that one, his is harder to figure out. His is harder to parse.
Oh, and you should see me and my husband. We are just sitting in our bed, staring at the ceiling, listening to these on loud.
Oh my gosh.
Because we don't have kids,
And
right?
we're staring at ourselves in the mirror on our ceiling.
Yeah, because we get into crazy shit. And
Yeah, the first time I noticed that you guys had a mirror on your ceiling, I said they're not as boring as I think.
And to be fair, you were not asked to come into the bedroom when you came over.
And
I
that
had
was
an
before
idea, and I had
boundaries.
to let you guys know.
No, that was before boundaries were established. And now
That
we have
was
boundaries.
before
We don't have
boundaries.
knock on the doors with pitches for spam lines. But we have spam. But then we also, which my husband and I have been working really hard on, which you guys, I think, have less of a very specific vision on, is junk. And junk is
Yes,
our...
that was a mystery to me.
It
we
was-
were like, we have no idea what to do. with
Every
this.
movie needs an
literally
antagonist.
had no idea.
And we had to release you of the burden, right?
Yes,
Because
right.
you were
It's not your
pulling your
fault
own
'cause we're
hair out.
writing.
Yeah,
was
yeah.
actually stressing us out so
So much.
We were up all night drinking Sudafed, going, "Oh my God, what are we going to
What
do
are we
about
gonna do
junk?"
with
And
junk?
I kept being like, okay, there's Harry Potter and then there's Voldemort, right?
Right.
There is always an antagonist. And when that unlocked in your brain,
Oh my God.
it was huge. It was like,
Junk,
I think,
Junk wanted to strengthen itself by eating the golden email, right?
Yes.
It wanted to ruin everything.
Because all he eats are emails that are corrupt
Yes.
or mistaken.
And I thought somebody eating an email would be such funny physical comedy that I fell in love with it.
Well,
Yeah.
and that's and I appreciate that, but he's the villain, right?
Yeah.
And so we
So that's
actually,
where we go back.
So
We go back.
then, so we actually put all that physical comedy into Drafts, and that's our baby. Drafts is the funniest little character.
Yes.
I really, really, really love drafts. And
Drafts
I'm
are
so
See,
great.
this was
thankful
something
for
I
Ben Platt
couldn't really wrap
stepping
my
in.
head
No, I
around.
couldn't
And Ben
get
Platt is
drafts.
amazing, but I couldn't really wrap my head around it because a draft can't be seen by anybody because it's in your own
I
But
didn't
don't
get
you
it. I
understand?
didn't
So,
like
so
it.
all
I
the
didn't
emails,
get it. I
so
didn't like it.
all of the things can't be seen by people, right? They live in Webopolis.
Yeah, if we use
So-
that kind of logic,
Okay.
it goes
I
in.
think
so-
I'm
so
still
you're
not
losing
getting
me.
it,
You're
but it's
losing
okay.
me.
So
But this is why you're the creative.
Sometimes you guys put down things. I'm just being honest. You put down laws that are just gatekeeping, where you decide you don't like something and you pick a law and you make something
I
up to
just
not
don't
like it.
think that's true. All I'm saying is draft is a fake email.
But then the
But
thing
so-
is, so it's not a fake email. It's an
not a
unwritten
fake
email.
email.
And so
It's something
Draft
that
is
lives.
stumbling on himself.
If
He's trying to,
anything-
he's a mumbler. He's a stutterer. He's trying to
Yes.
figure out exactly. what
Drafts
he's
are
trying to
all
say.
the things in life that we haven't done yet.
Exactly.
That sit in our driveway of thoughts and brains in our hearts. And we go, should I? Should I? And they sit there.
I remember when we connected because this draft symbolized the child that we always wanted to make that we never could make.
Oh
we
my
put that in the
God.
We put that in the work.
It's
It's-
so funny.
I've had fertility issues my whole
I'm
life. and-
dying. You guys are so funny.
It's so funny.
No.
No, that's actually not
So
as
funny.
We're getting like a
That's
little
That
chilly.
is so funny.
No,
but
no,
I
no,
just
no.
don't
Come
get
back,
it. Draft
come
doesn't
back.
eat emails or run around like crazy
We were
or
opening up.
say
We were
weird
opening
things.
up.
That's not what, because that's not what happens at work when we go to work. And
No.
so we were just like trying to wrap our head around that. But we believe that you guys know what you're
We
talking
have
about, right?
absolute faith in
We have
you guys.
absolute faith.
Absolutely.
And
And when those boundaries are respected, I'm thankful for the faith.
Of
Because
course.
you guys have put in so many resources into our writing process.
Yeah.
That fun writer's retreat we all did.
So
oh my
much
God.
fun.
And thank you for letting us come.
That was
Yeah.
so
I mean,
fun.
Ojai was incredible.
Absolutely,
incredible.
absolutely. It was so romantic, work romantic. It was
Honey, are you
so,
okay?
So romantic in the way that I was just regular the whole time.
Honey, are you all right?
What's going on?
I'm good. I'm back.
What happened?
Nothing.
Are you?
I'm good. I forgot who I was for a second, and I showed you a side of myself that I should have kept.
Do you
for
have a
honey.
draft sitting? Do you have a
I'm
draft
gonna leave
left?
it there because I don't think the draft is welcome here.
Wow.
You know, if
Oh my
you want
God.
to talk about the draft, I
Oh,
mean,
I don't want to talk
Yeah,
about
we
the
can
draft
talk
at
about
all.
the draft.
You know who I want to talk about? The person who made all that music for us.
Give it up.
The one, the only Josh Groban. Wrote so many songs.
Oh my God.
Josh Groban, Gmail me please.
We are such fromans.
Email me, please.
Add me on Gmail, Josh Groban, because that was gorgeous. It made me want to slow dance so bad.
so bad.
And I will say, you know what was amazing about getting so much top tier talent? We already had their email addresses, right?
We have to talk about it.
That's the
But
nice thing
also-
is we
That
since
was
we work
huge.
for Google,
Yeah.
we can just look up anybody ever.
Anybody's email address. That's something they don't tell you.
They don't. Yeah, that's incredible.
Yeah.
You guys have like a yellow pages. But I will say, ever since I started working with you guys did give me a Gmail email. But it's very confusing because it's at Gmail the movie, and it's almost
Yeah.
impossible to like.
Because like
get a
any
hold of
random
people.
person can be at gmail.com, right? But
Yeah.
so we need to distinguish the Gmail employees from that. So
Yes.
it's at gmail.com, gmail.com.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so
that's hard.
And I guess that is
Especially when it's
confusing,
at
and I understand
gmail.com, at Gmail the movie team at gmail.com.
Yeah.
Yes,
Exactly.
yes,
It's
exactly.
really hard.
It's and it's tough for you guys because you guys are just kind of unfamiliar with computers in general, right?
Right,
I mean,
right.
figuring out Slack with you guys, that's why we had to send you so many things. You guys could not figure out Slack.
Well, I think you spend a lot of time talking down to us, and at some point, I do use a computer and I can
Yeah.
do it, but because I'm not in tech doesn't mean I'm like completely not.
Yeah, no,
That's
I
so
was-
interesting.
you-
yeah,
you
we
should
just
see
weren't
her-
sure where to start.
Yeah.
You should see her do you should see her do the New York Times connections. She's so good at it. And the 7-letter word thing.
She's good at that.
She's good at that.
She's good at that because I'm so bad. The other day, I don't know if you guys saw this one. They had SpongeBob Square and pants.
Yes.
And that wasn't a category. And I just kept clicking over and over and over again. I'm like, it has to be that.
It
and I kept
literally-
submitting over and over and
It
over
was
again.
so funny. She's in bed and I'm right next to her. She's trying to figure this thing out and she cannot figure it
I
out.
cannot
Home,
figure it
so we
out.
live together.
We don't
No,
live together.
not at all.
No, not at all.
Yeah, not at all.
We are work living together.
We are work living together because we both work from home, right? Do you
Yes.
understand what that means? So
do you guys get that?
sorry, that's a tech thing. We work from home. And so that's why
Writers
we
do
were
that
both
too,
in the bed.
We work from home. We're screenwriters, right?
Yeah, we're
so we've done that
screenwriters.
very frequently.
Okay. Yeah,
Yeah,
that
but
does
I-
make sense to me, but
I mean, I am curious. I know we're on an official interview of the press tour, but I
Yeah.
am curious. We did send you guys a final draft last night.
yes.
We
we love
we
the
love
enthusiasm.
it. We have so much to say about it.
Literally.
Great, because I
So
do know
much
we're, like,
to say about it.
filming, Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was thinking if we could pencil in like 8-10 hours or so
That'd be
to really
awesome
just
for
like
us.
hash that out
Just
and
hash it out a
deliver
little bit.
our thoughts because we had a lot of pitches for funny lines and
See, that goes back to our boundaries. Remember that we are past the point of pitching one-liners. We are
Yeah,
past that because we are
okay.
in
Okay.
production.
Uh-huh.
And
Right.
we are only doing meetings that go up to 4.5 hours.
Right.
Yes.
right.
So and we actually are busy tonight. We're going to a Drake and Josh Writers reunion at Jazz Night at the Farmers Market.
Okay, you can skip that.
Oh yeah, you don't have to. I don't know much about the
To be
industry. I don't
honest,
think
the
you have to go to
farmers
that.
market only allows jazz night like once in a blue moon.
Exactly. Like we're not
I don't
really
think you
going
have
for
to
the
go to
that.
reunion.
You
We're
guys could
going for
definitely
Jazz
stick
Night.
that.
At the farmers
Skip that.
market.
We love it
So
over there.
love
I
the
am
potatoes on
actually
gratin.
glad that we're talking about the
Yeah,
final
me
draft
too.
though
I'm
because
so glad.
we had an idea earlier. What if we changed the setting to Disneyland?
That wouldn't that be funny?
Yeah. So do you talk to the people at Disney? What's the relationship with Google and Disney?
No, we just love it.
We love Disney.
Do you love it or you
Google?
think it's gonna...
Disney knows that Google's a fan.
So Disney knows Google's a fan.
Oh, Disney is well aware that Google's a fan.
When you search Disney, it says Disney Channel Google a fan.
You know what, buddy? I think that sentence might have just broke me. Disney knows Google's a fan. What has our industry become?
Honey.
What have we turned into? We used to be able to make money off of this. Did you know
are
that?
so funny when you get like
and now
this.
Disney knows Google's a fan.
Oh no, here he goes.
I
Disney,
love
the
it.
corporation,
He
is
is
aware
He's
of
doing
Google.
his like Jerry Seinfeld thing
This
right
is
now,
so
and it's
good.
so funny.
I'm gonna shit my
honey.
ears out.
Another
So-
corporation is an admirer of what that corporation does. No, people.
It's okay.
No people.
I know times have changed.
Disney knows Google's a fan.
Well, I don't
Disney
know why
knows
you're-
Google's a fan. Disney knows Google's a fan. Disney knows Google's a fan.
I think it's actually pretty clear when you look at their Instagram interactions. They comment on each other's
are-
posts
those are
a lot.
14-year-old girls that are running those for free. I guarantee you that.
Okay. Oh God. Oh God.
It's okay. I'm sorry.
So-
No.
Okay.
That dam must be broken because at some point I want to know what your fundamental misunderstanding with Webopolis is. Because
Let's
I
talk
can't,
about
like,
it,
do we need to
please.
change the name? Because it like you guys just have to give me some concrete feedback.
Yes. Okay, so I love it. I want to start with we love it. We love
Yeah.
Webopolis.
I know, but every time we send you a draft, it comes back with a new setting.
And it's the best we can do. It's the best we can do.
And we love that, and we
And we
absolutely
love that, and
enjoy
we're
that.
obsessed with that. And
Stop. We don't need the compliment preface.
No, we
just
get-
go into it.
Okay, this is okay. You get it. We've been in the corporate world for too long. You don't want a compliment sandwich. You want somebody to give it to you straight.
Yeah.
Right?
We'll
you
give
want it to give it to you straight.
We'll cut the chit chat. We'll cut the butter, and we'll get right to the
We'll
meat.
just get right on down to
Yeah.
it, right? I don't really get what Webopolis looks like if it's not like a physical building.
It doesn't
So-
make sense. It's a
so-
live
So
action.
Zootopia isn't a physical building.
So I've described it, right? It's like a city for the internet, right? It's like a city for the internet, and every type of thing on the internet is its own building,
yeah,
right?
honey, come on, say it louder.
For me,
Oh,
me,
no.
why are buildings internet sites but email is person? That is where my brain goes.
I
Whoopsie
think that's
daisy.
a question
Yeah.
for you, sir. Because when we go back to this, there are only so many ways that could be poked. And this story is hanging on by a thread. I'll be honest with you.
Do you imagine that like one thing is a big thing, right? And all the things inside it are little things. So if you
Oh
can
my god,
imagine,
like a Russian nesting doll.
That is-
okay,
you should
no,
have
now
said
I get
that.
it.
like
You
a
should
real
have said
Now I
building.
get it.
Like
right?
a Russian
we
nesting
are
doll.
living in a house and we are people, right?
Yeah, like a Russian.
There was a
nesting doll.
building made of
Yeah.
Gmail.
Yeah,
and
that's
the
what I was
things
thinking.
inside of it are. They are boxes. They are things. They are the things that populate the bigger thing, right?
Right?
So-
that's it.
so for-
Disneyland isn't a building.
Well, this is what
it's
I
a
think.
land.
No,
Oh my god, I never thought of it that way.
that actually is blowing my mind.
That's
Disneyland
huge.
is not
So
a building.
Opolis is like a Greek word for land, right?
Okay.
So
Okay.
imagine if I called it Webland.
Webland.
Does that do anything for you?
Oh.
That's all we have.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh my god, I'm gonna fucking come if that word.
Okay.
That
If that
makes
fucking
so
works.
much more
That
sense.
makes so much more sense because I was like, Opolis. It's a play
Like
on Monopoly, and I'm
Monopoly?
not really sure where
I'm
we're
not
going
getting
with it.
Monopoly.
I don't really get Monopoly
God, I
yet.
could kiss you. You're so funny.
I could put my lip on your lip, but I won't.
No, I would
The
never.
amount of ulcers I got through this whole process.
My husband has not been able to come since we signed that contract.
Oh no, and you
Oh
have
my
the mirror
God.
in your room.
That must be
Yeah.
so hard to
So
watch.
imagine watching yourself not be able to come.
I can't do it. And imagine watching your husband watch himself not being able to come. I want you to know. And you know what? I'm sick of this bullshit. I am sick of it.
So what is
my
going
God,
on?
wait.
What
Oh
is-
my God.
Where's this
What is
coming
going
from?
on between you two?
Nothing.
What, nothing?
We're work buddies.
Yeah, we're work buddies. We
Honey.
drink after work. We work from home.
We
Our kids are friends
Honey.
because they're brother and sister.
sleep after work.
Honey, we're not gonna win. We can take our money. Imagine, what if we did this? What if we built a wicker bench on our deck? Think about that, honey.
Just a bench.
Just a bench. I mean, on the rest of the deck too, but we could add a bench.
Yeah, we could do this.
We can add a bench.
Okay.
That is so fun. We could also add a bench to ours.
We could add
So
a
you
bench
live
to
together.
ours.
So you live together.
No,
No,
we
no,
work
no.
from
We
home.
work from home.
We work from home.
Staring at a picture of himself trying to come in the bathroom, and that's because of you guys.
I will
But
say,
I-
what guy doesn't do that? I mean, come on.
It's honestly a guy's secret.
No.
But what I will say is
Can't do it.
to know that
Hysterical.
I could have been coming for honestly years at this point if we just changed
Hasn't
Opolis to
been years.
land.
Oh my god, I can't believe that time flies when you're having fun.
It's
Oh, yeah.
so
Oh, this is
fast.
fun for you,
This
huh?
has flown
fun for
by
you.
because it's just been a joy for me.
I'm sorry, I'm getting so hysterical.
I don't know why you guys
okay.
are so upset. We just have a couple notes. I mean, it's changed the setting, changed
We're
the
not
plot,
upset.
changed the
We
characters.
are so happy to be involved here.
Yes.
We are.
We are so
Yes.
happy. So it's
and
been
that's
we
what
have
I
a-
like to hear.
We had a couple other thoughts. I mean, minor
We did.
adjustments.
We did.
The part where the emails kind of go on this adventure to catch some guy named MacGuffin wasn't really working for me.
So that's nowhere in the script, right? That's a screenwriting term that I mentioned. But since I've said the term MacGuffin, you keep seeing
And I
everything
don't
else.
like that name,
And I
so we
can't
gotta
tell you
change
enough.
it.
Sure.
It
There's no
sounds like
character
it
named
sounds like a
MacGuffin.
dog. It sounds
It
like
sounds like
Muffin.
a dog.
I
It's
would,
not
you know
the
what I
movie
would do?
word.
I have a dog
I
named
would do
Muffin.
Control F and put in the word MacGuffin, MacGuffin. Put it in the PDF.
I know find. Okay.
Okay, then try to find the word because it's not going to be
I
there.
can't do this anymore. This is so toxic.
It's okay.
Oh my
Okay.
God! Wait.
What did
I feel
we
like the
do?
vibe has shifted.
Yeah, what's happening?
Yeah, is everything okay?
I love our movie, but sometimes I feel when you guys come back with the same notes over and over again, we have the same discussion. MacGuffin is not a character, right? MacGuffin is a term, right?
Well,
And
I guess I can say one thing for sure, and
That's
that
what-
means this is not a good movie. You guys did not write a good movie. I think you both know that, right?
Let me tell you this, buddy. If you wanted the movie to be good, you don't hire us. If you want the movie to be made, you hire us.
and
okay.
That's the truest thing you've ever heard.
Okay, this is so interesting
This
to
is
me.
so fun.
Because I actually feel like I've been wandering through sort of this mirage for a long time.
Oh, you're the victim, huh?
Like we've been sort of like feeling out what this movie's gonna
Yeah,
be
like,
and
what
hyping
is
each
it?
other up and
Can
like
we label
what
it?
is it? And now I feel like this huge weight has just been lifted off my chest of like
yes.
we can be released and like what we have is what we have. Except I just had a new idea.
Wait, what is it?
Okay, what if instead of emails, it's boats?
That is so smart.
What
Boats?
do you mean boats?
So what if it was boats, but inside the boats were animals and they lived in an animal-esque world?
Yes, and it was at the zoo.
Yes.
Oh
Yes.
my God. Zootopia.
Zootopia!
Have we tried Zootopia?
This has been Artists answering the question. Now that's why they call it show business. Good night. Artists on Artists is an improvised Hollywood roundtable podcast created, performed, and produced by Kylie Brakeman, Jeremy Culhane, Angela Giarratana, and Patrick McDonald. Music is by Gabriel Ponton. The opinions expressed on this podcast do not reflect the opinions of anyone who works on it, not even the performers, because this is an improvised podcast and we're stupid. Full video versions of AOA are available on YouTube, so please like and subscribe and leave us a 5-star review wherever you get your podcasts. Good night, Hollywood!